when you learn to let go, really let go of everything that isn't, you have a key that opens up a truly magical experience. Of course, if you don't mind what happens, if you're not attached to this or that outcome, then you're going to be content. You'll be happy, no matter what, because you don't mind what happens. For some time now, I've been experimenting with the idea of letting go of everything that isn't. And it's a fascinating thought experiment. It's what Buddhists call non-attachment. And I can tell you that when you learn to let go, really let go of everything that isn't, you have a key that opens up a truly magical experience of living, no matter what you might think you want or think you don't want in your life. And there's a wonderful story that I want to share with you that brings this simple but powerful insight to life. And it does it in a way that provides all of us with a simple 5-word phrase that opens up all of the benefits that non-attachment has to offer. That's the story of a guru who, after decades of teaching, was finally going to share with his followers his secret of contentment. And these were to be the very last words that he would ever speak. Hundreds gathered to hear his final talk. They travelled for days and weeks to hear insights that they thought might bring them closer to eternity. When the time came, they gathered in a vast hall, heavy with hope, pungent with incense, high on suspense. But what they didn't realize was that they were going to get so much more from so much less than they were expecting. Once everyone had settled and silence had ushered out the remaining bubbling sounds of suspense, the guru, who'd been sitting on a cushion whilst everyone came in, opened his eyes. And like the silence that falls after a great piece of music has finished, a profound stillness settled on the room. It was as if every atom had been charged with presence. What everyone there knew was that the light of an enlightened soul was burning brightly in front of them. And one question held the silence taut. What was he going to share? He said just 5 words. I don't mind what happens. And he closed his eyes and never spoke again. When I first heard that story, because of course, if you don't mind what happens, if you're not attached to this or that outcome, then you're going to be content. You'll be happy, no matter what, because you don't mind what happens. That thought is the clearest way to express the Buddhist insight of non-attachment that I've ever come across. It's an insight that shows us that unhappiness can only exist in the gap between how things are and how you wish they were. If there's no gap, then there's no problem. See, when we're attached to past experiences or future desires, they're like leashes. They're always pulling at you. They pull you away from the only thing that's true and experienceable, the present moment. It's like 2 trains on the same track, travelling in opposite directions, one travelling back to the past, the other speeding off into the future. And if you choose to ride on either one of those trains, the only place that they're going to take you is further and further away from the only place where your life is actually happening, right here, right now, in this living moment. And in this living moment, there is no good or bad. That's just how it is. It's like this. Conditions arise, events happen, senses experience. Life is lived. And it's like this.